What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to the channel. You guessed it, we're diving back into more Michigan craft beer. Guys, we've got a classic on our hands. It's going to be KBS, but not just any KBS. It's going to be KBS ESPRESSO. Now, here's the kicker. KBS ESPRESSO 2019 version. So a lot's changed at Founders. I've had this in the cellar, aka my basement, for quite some time. I guess they're calling it the 2020 release. It says on the back. I'm not going to show you, but take my word for it. I'll post more on my Instagram. It says bottled on 11/14/19, so it's almost 5 years old. So again, a lot has changed at Founders since 2019 and 2020. But what's in this bottle? Is it good? Has it degraded? Is it any better? Is it still awesome? Let's find out. It's my day off. I might be insane. It's like 90 degrees in Michigan right now, especially even northern Michigan. Very unlikely for this to happen in northern Michigan, but it's like 100 downstate. So crazy heat wave. So I thought, yeah, let's crack into a bourbon barrel aged beer at 12% alcohol. That makes perfect sense. But it is my day off, so I'm going to investigate this one for you guys. Again, been in my cellar since the time this was released, basically. So almost 5 years in my basement, covered, no light getting to it. It's been a steady 55, 62 degrees, somewhere in that range, never more than that. It has not been refrigerated, obviously, but I don't typically refrigerate these beers, so I'm going to go ahead and let it shine and bask in all its glory. Big intro, but I guess we could go to the back. KBS gets coffee fix in the very first variant to come from our beloved bourbon barrel aged stout. Yes, KBS may have already been brewed with coffee, but it gets some extra oomph when it's aged in espresso beans after being removed from barrels. The result is a fresh and snappy coffee twist on our classic barrel aged beer. Who says you can't start your day with a barrel aged stout? Well, I could, but I'm going to do it as a lunch beer. How about that? It's a little bit closer to lunch and dinner for time of recording right now. Yeah, I think I've said it all, besides the fact that I don't think this was released many times at this point in time, maybe only once before ever. So I think they did it in this one, they did it in 2021, 2022, maybe 2023, I don't know. And then there might have been one other time prior in like 2014, maybe, but I think that was just with coffee, not espresso. So as we go, 5 years later, let's go to it. So we still have a snappy pop, gold cap barrel age series on the cap. And let's see what we get, guys. It's going to be interesting. So brewed with chocolate coffee, aged in oak, bourbon barrels. Let's go to it in the poor Michigan glassware. Boom, boom. 90 degrees. Let's go to a frickin' bourbon barrel aged beer. Yeah. Some people think KBS used to be thicker than a modern day recipe. Maybe it's possible. But as I pour this, it has a solid body. It's not like pitch black as I pour it. It's got the cola look in the glass. It looks a little bit darker, actually. A little bit of that midnight oily slick color to it. Nice dark beige head sitting on top. A little bit of burnt char in that outer ring. Looks fantastic, really, in the glass. I mean, first off, I'm a coffee junkie. I'm an espresso nerd. I love coffee. I love caffeine. I couldn't love it more than... Most people don't love coffee as much as I do, let's put it that way. So the head is kind of sitting there. It's retaining a little bit of a creamy layer. There looks like there's pretty good carbonation streaming to the top after all these years, still in that bottle. Guys, let's go to the aroma. Let's see what 5 years, nearly 5 years, did to this bad boy. Let's check it out on the nose. There's still coffee. I mean... There's still roasted goodness in this beer. There is still espresso notes, finely shredded, diced up, finely grated espresso beans. French roast coffee, Starbucks, one of my favorites. I drink it almost every morning. I get that nose in here, that dark, deep, rich roastiness. A little bit of baker's chocolate. Let's go back in. A little bit of milk chocolate in the mix too, maybe a touch of like a vanilla kind of sweetness, but it smells more roasty than it is sweet. I think KBS is always that way. It's not a sweet beer, not meant to be. The head has dissipated almost completely. Anything else? Barrel? Touch of wood at best, but maybe that barrel has faded. I feel like this drinks really well at 12% anyways. It's not a huge beer compared to maybe like your Dark Lord, which I've been drinking, and your Bourbon County brand Stout. Those are much bigger, thicker, more viscous beers. Oil. let's check this out. KBS ESPRESSO 2019, 2020, whatever you want to say. Cheers. Cheers, founders. Let's see. Super woody, astringent. Whoa. Where's the coffee? Where the hell did coffee go? I taste woody, oaky barrel, but like toothpick wood, like dried out wood. It's not wet bourbon. It's not soaked. It's not like raisiny, wet, fruity soaked bourbon. It's freaking just gnawing on a piece of toothpick. Have you faded that much? A little bit of roast on the back end, a little bit of that like bitterness from the coffee maybe. A little bit of bitterness from just like woody barrel. What happened? What happened here? If you're looking for sweetness, you ain't finding it here. You are absolutely not finding it. So let's go back. I had the nose of coffee. And now that it's opened, kind of aerated a little bit in this glass, guess what, guys? I'm not getting it. I'm not getting a whiff of coffee as this is opened up. Very slight. And then to the taste, again, where's the coffee? Where's the bourbon goodness that once was? I think it's gone. I think this has seen better days, guys. I was really hoping I could open this and still get like beautiful notes of some coffee. I knew that was a long shot. I knew that it had been aged for 5 years. A little bit of warmth going down the chest even after I've been talking. But what is there here? There's wood, there's roasted molasses, there's a little bit of char. Not much heat, but I can feel it in my chest as it goes down the more I sit on it. No fruits. Any chocolate that was there is almost gone. I feel like there's like sometimes a fudgy quality that KBS brings to the table. Almost gone. I get like no sweetness that I got at front. I mean, on the front, when it first popped it, I was getting a lot of good aromatics. I am not now. I am not tasting what I thought I originally got in the nose. And the more I drink this, it gets woodier, it gets drier. I get less good roasted malts. I get less coffee. I get less chocolate. I get no dark fruit. Not that I think KBS has a ton of dark fruit in it to begin with. But anything that once was sweet, that wasn't roasty, is gone. So the verdict of this beer, guys, wow, this took such a turn in a direction I didn't want, because I thought this would be fantastic. But I knew it was a long shot because it's old. The best way I can describe this is it's a shadow of itself. Everything has faded. The barrel, I mean, you can drink this. It's fine. It's not like burning my chest or anything. I'm not getting any of the good quality of the bourbon. Again, it's just that woody toothpick. Roasted malts and molasses, that's even kind of faded. It's bizarre. As I opened it, everything was like kind of encapsulated into that initial pop, and it's gone now. As it's aerated, it opened up. No chocolate, no vanilla, no sweetness, no coffee roast, no espresso. Just a watery, woody toothpick is the best way I can rank this beer, guys. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. I wanted this to be so good because I love KBS ESPRESSO when it's fresh. It's one of my favorite in the game because I love coffee so much. It's all faded. The barrel, the chocolate, the roastiness, the goodness, the coffee, it's gone. Just a little hint there, the smallest. So guys, verdict. This saw better days a long time ago. It's not good anymore. Anybody who looks at this and tasted this would be very disappointed. I am. It's not Founder's fault. It's my fault. I should have drank it long ago. And I guess if you want to ask me, should you age your KBS ESPRESSO for 5 years? The answer is absolutely not, because everything that once was is no longer. So I don't think it's fair to rate this beer because it's not good anymore. So I'm not going to rate it, which is unlike me. it has nothing that I once loved about it. So it's not fair because it's not the actual product's fault. It's just Father Time did it dirty, guys. So not a fan of this at this point in time. I mean, it's very bad. It's not that I couldn't drink it. I can. It just has nothing good about it anymore. Those days are behind it. It's gone. We're on to the future of shitty beer. And that's what this is after 5 years, guys. A shitty KBS Espresso. 5 years aged. Don't do it. Don't do it. It was fun to investigate. It was fun to break it down with you guys. But unfortunately, it's a drain pour after 5 years. And until next time, Prost, cheers, Yamas, guys. Don't age your KBS Espresso.